So after the great destruction of Tiamat and Maldak was damaged beyond repairing itself, these pre-Adamites took the moon as a giant ship, a giant conveyance. It was also in the vicinity of Tiamat. They hijacked the moon and flew it to the earth, and they tidal locked it with the earth to keep it in place. And they lived on the moon for thousands of years, observing the culture, the development of civilization going on the planet below, and at the same time having certain colonies down where they knew where ancient builder races were.
The survivors of the catastrophe who were inside Earth's moon then suffered another massive cataclysm 55,000 years ago, and we now know that this was caused by a solar flash, a massive emission of light, energy, and matter from the sun. Part of the problem when you have these solar flashes is that in addition to an enormous heating of the atmospheres and even the surfaces of planets, which could be up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, we're literally talking about a heat that can melt stone. You also have the sun throwing off a great deal of debris, a great deal of chunky, molten material that will physically strike the surface of planets and moons. This solar flash is what now is being called a micronova. A supernova is where a star completely explodes and nothing is left except for a red dwarf or a brown dwarf, whereas the micronova causes an incredible flash to occur, but the star maintains its stability and structure in the aftermath. The latest NASA research that's only come out in the last year proves that there are multiple documented examples of micronovas everywhere we look. This is not uncommon. Stars do this naturally, and it is a very normal aspect of a given solar system.
So after these pre-Adamite groups from Tiamat and Maldak had moved to the moon, they were there for thousands of years. And as we know now, the solar system goes through a cycle of destruction. We had another solar event that wreaked havoc on the moon.
It would appear, based on historical records, that the people living inside the moon did not know that this solar flash was going to happen. It was being kept secret from them by their own governmental elite. I once had an insider who we call Bruce, who described that his faction of the military-industrial complex was only able to go inside these inner passageways in the moon a total of 6 times on covert missions that they sent people in through. And they found a vast amount of control systems where you walk into a room, the lights come on, you have these big giant screens that are very wide with displays on them, there are control surfaces in front of them, and it was gorgeous. And this goes on for miles and miles and miles, countlessly.